International 2020 and also title holder of Milestone Major Miss Glamorous India International 2020. And thanks to MIT for inviting me for Matru Bhava. This is a traditional which I have first time I have been here for the Mother's Day celebration, and I'm glad that I'm standing between so many beautiful ladies. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here just on this occasion of this Conclave. So I'm very much glad that my daughter is going to receive me. I thank her on this behalf. Thank you.
It's 17 hours.
Good evening, friends.
Good
All the
evening,
students.
everybody. We are back with webinar 2.0 presented by Armiet. This time the motive is Achieve Young. So all the speakers which you're able to see on your screen are under 25. They would be sharing all their experiences with you which have helped them achieve very young in their life. Today, we have decided to go a little global. So when you see the panel, it has people from various parts of countries to give a little global touch to the youth and for their empowerment. We, the Armiet team, welcome you to the webinar 2.0 Achieve Young. As we are going global, let's start first with our very own country, India. Today's speaker is Rahul Sharma. To talk about him, he is one of the member of TEDx DSCE. He's an outstanding delegate award winner at Paris International MUN. He is also a called up scholarship member by the Bill Clinton at the UN headquarters. He's someone who's writing a book on coronavirus for government of Uttarakhand. He's working on a project with Dr. Hema Chandra, who is the president of Indian Scientists. He's one of the medal winner at the Indian Parliamentary for the student section. To give him a gist about him, he has been actively working towards the society and he has come a really long way. From winning a best delegate at Asia's United World Nation at Bali to the outstanding spokesperson at Asia United at Bangkok, I would tell him to take over. If I have to introduce him in one word, he's that one person who never settles for ordinary. He's always somebody striving to be extraordinary. So bringing you the first speaker who's the extraordinary from very our own country, Rahul, please take it over.
Good evening, everyone. This is Rahul Sharma. Actually, I'm just a student like you. Just to give a brief introduction about myself. When I turned 20, my father told me I could do anything with my life I wanted. So that very day, I decided if I die, I want to be remembered for the life I live, not the money I made. So this is Rahul Sharma coming from a very small town, Bhagalpur, who's living in Dehradun to live up his dreams. A person who constantly believes that productivity and hard work can take you anywhere in your life. If you are willing to sacrifice anything in your life, you can actually reach the point where we have never imagined. To the very famous saying by my favorite writer, when you have God, you got everything. So that is the mantra which I believe in. So as we start our topic today from double your productivity. So when you listen to the word productivity, the only thing that comes to our mind is how can we put more and more effort into our body? How to come more and like what things should we do that comes out with more and more product from ourselves, right? So on journey of exploring yourself, on the journey of exploring how productive you can, you need to know who you are, first of all. As soon as you know who you are, this is the very first question when we ask about ourselves who we are. It can be a lot of money, it can be a power, it can be privilege, it can be a good name in the society, it can be a budding artist, you can be a dancer, you can be a singer, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be anyone which you want to, but for very particular point of that, you need to know who you are. So in the process of knowing who I was, the first question that came to mind was who I was not. Because it is very important to know who you are not. Unless and until you know who you are not going to be who you are, who you really want to be. So it's called the process of elimination. It goes from like you go to the same people, you go to the same society, you go to the same person, and again you keep on doing repeating same things. For example, as the quarantine passes, we sit in our homes, we sit in our comfort zones. We don't produce much and much data just because we are very much comfortable enough. But instead, in this particular point of time, there are many people around the world who are working. I'm not giving an example of myself, but there are people who are working indigenously for betterment of the society. For example, I'm writing a book on coronavirus that had been given to me by my college itself, and I'm doing it for the state of Uttarakhand. So in meal time, I have been exploring my editorial time. In the meantime, I have been exploring my time and energy for the research. It is not only about the book. It is about, for example, I know some person who was not able to play guitar in this quarantine time, but now there are people who can play. Example of my again, I am not a student of music, but in this course of duration, I learned how to play guitar. And imperfectly, I have completed, for example, 30 courses from my course era. So the motto of this problem is who I am means who you are and how productive you can be. So instead of doing things what you keep on doing repeatedly, try to change that. If, for example, if you're going to your friend every day and every day you give the same vibe, you just pass out your time and you just come back home and you open your mobile phone and it just sleeps off. That is not being called productive. Productive is means if you go to a friend, you discuss about 5 topics, you discuss about 5 research, you discuss about 5 points. You discuss, it's not only about education, it can be anything. It can be a better human being. It can be a better person ahead in your life. So it can be anything. So in the journey of knowing who you are, you should first know who you are not. Stop giving them your time. For example, we willingly, for in the era of this generation, we do to 10 things for our loved ones, which are, for example, in the concept of boyfriend and girlfriend is very normal these days. Unwittingly, I have seen my friends doing things what they don't do just because they love that person. So my motto is, if your purpose is what you love, if the thing is what you love, you can actually make amendments. You can actually make things. Okay. And if you are not willing to know, like, for example, if you're not able to know who you are, so start eliminating things from your life. Stop giving them the time and energy where you don't want to give. Stop expecting from people. Start putting in your effort. Try to know who you are. the picture which I'm sharing right now is a picture of Mount Everest. So as far as right now with the caption down, there's a picture of Mount Everest. That represents, if you understand what you are, if you totally agree to the point what you are, you can be at the top of the world. Because at that particular point of time, when you know who you are, you can indigenously explore the world. You can create the possibility of unknown. You can reach the sky because sky has got no limit. So that is what the capability of knowing who you are. Because believe me, as a student of science, I have been exploring different diversified things. I'm a student of psychology, I'm a student of life, I'm a student of music, I'm a student of arts. So it is not only about doing what you are. You can explain the diversified field given by the God and you can come out to the best. After completing the time who you are, there are challenges. For example, I come to know who I am. For example, I want to become an IAS officer, right? So there now the thing starts with the daily thing. For example, I started back, I'm a college dropout. I was into engineering college before. And after completing my 1 year of education, I had to leave my college because of some of my mistakes and some of the mistakes I did in my past. So after going through that, I had a very decisive past. For example, I was at a point of time where people used to think I was mad. I was told by the society that I am a druggist. Nobody believed in me. Everyone wanted to exploit me. Everyone wanted to break me. But my mother's support was there. My mother was there. She was constantly supporting, guiding, training me to explore the life. It took me 2 years to realize that I am up to good. It took me 2 years. The main agenda of me talking here is, once you know who you are, you need to take time and diversify things. So just to knowing things who I was, I needed 2 years of time. So it is not a day process. It is not a month process. It is something which you require from your mind and energy. For example, once you get to know who you are, for example, as I told, I started back my college in 1st August 2018. When I started my second college, I didn't have idea that I would end up doing this much great things. But it started with one effort. It started with single thing. It was just like, you are the author of the book of your life. For example, I started on day one. I can show you my diary. My diary I have been writing diary for the last 700 days from I'm here in Dehradun. So whatever things I do, even if I go learn one new code, I will jot down in my diary that I learned a new code, because learning is a never-ending process and knowledge is something what makes you smart. So from 1st August, I studied for 15 minutes. Right now, this is 10th May, we are talking right now, and my productivity hours have come to 17 hours. So 17 to 18 hours. So it's from 15 minutes, it has become to 17 hours. And my dear friend, it is not a daily process. It is not something what I've achieved in a day, month, or a year. It is a gradual daily challenge. It is what I wake up every day. Every day, it's an everyday challenge. It's an everyday process. You need to start from day one. You need to take the step one, because it's always one day versus day one. If you start your day one day, the day one will come, because you need to take the first step. Believe me, I'm a BCA student. I just completed my 2nd year of education. I'm going into the 3rd year of education. But believe me, it is not the college who makes the student. It is the student who makes the college. My college has been very supportive to me. So it has to be the daily challenge where you have to put in your effort. For example, waking up in the morning. For my part, I just realized it in the later of 2019, and that is September. My productive hours used to be 12 hours and 13 hours, and I used to sleep any time of the day. For example, I sleep only for 4 hours a day. It can be Monday, it can be in the noon, it can be in the night, it can be in the day, depending on my body. But no, waking up in the morning is the real thing what we do. For example, I wake up in the morning, and as we know from the earlier times, it has been there that meditation and something yoga is there from the very Vedic time. So I didn't used to believe in this idea of meditation and running in the morning, but I started doing it eventually in the September of 2019, as I've told. So it started basically, I changed my schedule. I started to sleep at 12:30. And then after that, I used to wake up at 5 in the morning. And after waking up 5 in the morning, I got a certain realization. As soon as I woke up, I went for the running. And when you go for a run, for example, you go for a 1 kilometer run, or you go for a 500-meter run, or you go for a 200-meter run, the fresh oxygen what you take into your body, that energizes your body, that give you vision, for the entire day. You know, you see the world opening. While number of people are sleeping on their bed, you are doing something productive. You are doing something crazy. For a 1 kilometer run, or you go for a 500-meter run, or you go for a 200-meter run. So any oxygen what you take into your body, that energizes your body. So it starts from the daily challenge, waking up in the morning. Once it's done, it comes to the meditation part. Meditate, for example, I don't do a very typical meditation what people around the world do, but what I do is I do only, it's called Om Ucharana. So it happens like this. You take in the air and you blow out the air, pronouncing the Om word in your body with the vibrant energy. What it does is, it energizes the every cell in the body. It energizes everything in the body. So the productivity hours, which was 12 hours of time, it became 14 hours. So just because, and the main idea of doing this is you won't feel lazy, you won't feel bad. You know what? You won't feel, at the end of the day when you're working at 10 p.m. in the night, your body stressed down. But if you do meditation in the morning, your body won't stress down. And I would like to take a few questions from you. If you are like, for example, the daily challenges, if you're not really, you see, for example, I being a student, I started from 15 minutes and it went in 17 hours. And it from in that process of 15 minutes to 17 hours, I need to made a lot of sacrifice. You know, it's been now it's going to be like 2.5 years. I've not been visited home like much of times. You know, it was only once, and that too just because I didn't have much of opportunity. So in this exploring of myself, it has to be the sacrifice. For example, I stay in Dehradun, one of the jungles of Dehradun, that is Ponda, and from here, like my friends, they go to Masuri, they go to Rishikesh, they go to pizzeria, they have girlfriends, they hang out with each other. But I have never left my room. But instead of that, they have been enjoying in Masuri, they have been enjoying in Rishikesh, they have been enjoying there. I have visited 12 countries last year, that too on my own credibility. Yes, there was my parents' support. Yes, there was my God standing behind me and guiding me and telling me to explore my life. But it has happened only because of my hard work and willing to sacrifice whatever may come in my life. I don't go out. I don't play with my friends. It's not just because, you know, it's about doing for the greater cause. It's about doing for the people. It's about making a change in the society. It, if you, for example, if you die, no one is gonna count how many money you have. But if you inspire one person, but you inspire, even if just you inspire one person, that one person will run a family in it sometime in his life. His family will consist of 5 people, for example. So just because of your one motivation, just because of your one ideology, one person has brought a change in 5 persons' life. And from that 5 person, it can go to continuity. So once your daily challenge is done, once you are getting done and done, once you are waking up in the morning, you started meditation, you started doing studies, you started sacrificing for the greater cause, you need to adapt yourself for the better things. I also want to go out, but no, I have to study. I have to make world a better place to live. I have to be consistent. So that is the main point. So after you are done with realizing who you are, it comes the daily challenge. And once the daily challenge is getting into yourself, once you started taking the first step, it's all about, and then it's about finding the purpose. Once you got to know who you are, once you started putting in your effort, then you need to know the purpose of your life. What are you meant for? What is glory? What is glory for you? What is the thing for you? So after completing your daily challenge, be your best friend. Because I am telling you, in the course of life, I have just made 2 friends in my life. That is Sailesh Mishra and Abhishek Aman. I have been every Abhishek Sinha too. So I have been very thankful to these 3 people in my life because, you know, I'll tell you one short story of my life. So I have been student of my own, and I have been since I'm having a lot of financial issues just because my father is not capable enough to pay my fees, and my family is not in a good situation. So in this course of time, I realized like you need to minimize your things. You need to jot down. You need to like. It's not necessary to use an iPhone. It's not necessary to use a MacBook. It's not necessary to use AirPods. It's the necessity what matters. It's the thing what matters. If my work is getting to be done in a 5,000 rupees phone, I will make it happen. And once I am a premium person, once I am a person who has got the dignified thing, I will surely buy an iPhone for myself, and that to the latest model with the most maximum capacity that it can hold. But until now, I'm very much satisfied with my normal phone because it doesn't make any difference. There's another break example, as in it happened to me in Bali when I realized that materials don't matter. There was this guy sitting next to me. He was wearing a Gucci shoe and he was wearing a Rado on his hand. To my surprise, I was wearing a attire of only 1700 rupees. That too I bought from Maneuver and on discount. So just to my realization, that guy was wearing a suit and a watch of like 5 lakh, 6 lakh rupees. And I was wearing a suit, I was wearing the entire thing of 1700 rupees. So, and when the award was announced, I was awarded as the best delegate for the committee. So the point was, it doesn't matter what you are wearing. It doesn't matter what you are carrying. It doesn't matter what the thing is from outside. All it matters is, excuse me, what energy do you possess? What idea do you possess? What ideology do you have? So in this course of time, I realized you need to be your best friend because people will not choose you. People will not at all choose you. People are very selfish. It's as a student of psychology too, I've been doing dual graduation. So as a student of psychology, there was on this experiment when I went through it. So what if your parents take everything from you right now away? Will the love for your parents will be fine? And to my surprise, dull surprise, it was the the outcome of that research was the people like us, if they started having differential issues from their parents. And now parents are the responsible for our existing. So for an example, if we can have our problems with our parents just because they took us everything from us, I'm telling you friends, everyone is too mainstream about themselves. They just think about themselves. Because yes, life is all about thinking about yourself, and but no, you should be selfish about yourself, about your goals, about your career, but you have to be thankful enough for the people, for the society, because you need to give back to them because you're borrowing it from them. This world is a place for everyone. It is just not for you. So you need to make it a better place to live. So for example, I said choose people who choose you. I didn't have money. I didn't have, so there was this time my hostel was going to kick me out because I didn't have money to pay my hostel fees. So there were 4 or 5 people in my life. I would not like to quote them now because I want to give them a greater good gift because I don't want to quote them right now. There were 4 or 5 people who actually came to me and asked me, like I went to them and asked me, Bhai, can you just help me for my college fees? Like it, and it happened, you know why? Because I have a tendency of helping people. I have a tendency of greeting everyone with respect. I have a tendency of giving, like if you're doing alpha for me, I'll do alpha plus beta for you. It goes this way for my side. So the particular point is not only about doing it for yourself, it's also about doing it for the people. It is not about developing you because we have to make this country great. We don't have to make each other great, right? Right? If you don't agree to my point, you can again chat down. You can put questions and you can put your ideology. I would like to interact with you time and again after my session because if you don't consider, because I know there are people who are like who love to have friends, who love to hang out with friends, who love to they are, I even my very fellow mates, they have like 4, 5, 6 people around them, but at the end of the day it's only 1 or 2 who matters. So just I was saying friends about friends. So I went them. I didn't have money to eat. I didn't have anything. It was God and it was their help. So I just chose them. And it is not necessary to give your time and energy to them every day and every time. Right? So choose people who choose you. Don't just settle down for people. Don't compromise for people. Don't think for people. Be the way you are. Be yourself. Don't change. Be the person you wish you be the person you wanted to be when you were young, right? We have all seen this story and status on Instagram. So be the person you want to be the person you see as a role model. So after you become your best friend, after you have your friends, once you find your purpose, once you find your daily challenge, once you are your best friend, you have your people, the most important time is now to know where you want to be. Because the reason you are using the reason why millennials, why people are just because they are wasting their time because they are playing PUBG, they are using in social Instagrams, social sites, right? They're willingly doing nothing on their mobile phones while they can do a lot. So the reason you are struggling, the reason you are facing difficulty, the reason you are here is just because the things you have been doing right now. So if you want to be the better version of yourself, if you want to be the best version of yourself, so you need to do things what you are not doing. It's not about having a girlfriend and talking to her over phone. No, she is not gonna be there for you. I'm telling you. But if you're a successful man, any girl is, and I'm not exaggerating, any person would love to marry you because you will be that person. You can take care of that person very well. So once you can take care of your parents, just for example, you love your parents a lot, you want to bring smile on their face, you want to do a lot of things for them. But if you're not successful, you won't be able to take care of your parents, you won't be take care of your family. You have to make your children's compromise. Are these days what we live for? No. We live for giving them a better life. We live for making a world a better place. So if you want to be there, you need to be a different version of yourself. You need to be 100% change. You cannot afford to do one single thing what you're doing right now. One single thing. You cannot do one single thing, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot do one single thing. That is the main point. You need to be 100% change. You need to change yourself by a very far level. So that is what it counts in your life. And after once you know where you want to follow, where you want to go, follow a guru. For me, my guru is Swami Vivekananda. He was the person who inspires me a lot in my life. He's the person who enlightens my life. He's the person with whose principles I go by. He's the person who made me the person I am right now. So a guru is very important in your life. Guru is someone. It is not about only calling him a guru. It is about following his disciplines, following his ideology, following his life, following what he meant for. If you are following Shiva, be like Shiva. If you are following Jesus, be like Jesus. Jesus was one of the most caring person. Jesus was the person who believes in mankind, while the Shiva, he used to believe in destroying things. So every guru, everyone has different ideology. Everyone has different things. So the guru has to be someone what you look forward to, which it is not only about following Shiva as going to temple. No, you need to possess everything what is there in Shiva. He is fearless. You have to be fearless. He doesn't listen to people when he is right. I'm not talking about arguing with people, but standing for your cause. It's about standing for your cause, standing for your identity. Shiva was someone who he even took the even I guess we all have encountered that story of Shiva. He has taken poison just like that is why he is named Nilkant. So he has taken poison just to save the world. In the mythology, it has been there. So what I am telling you is, if he has taken poison, that means the thing that can destroy him. So you need to be, if you want to be like Shiva, you need to take the pain of the entire world. It is not only about telling him guru just because you want to, just because you like his ideology. No, you have to be himself. You have to be the person. You have to be your guru, because then only if you have a true guru, you can go very ahead in life. And believe me, boys and girls, having guru is very important in your life. It is the most important thing. And guru can be your teacher. I have my 3-4 teachers back in my college. Those are the people who treat who it. And we think that teachers don't have a good relationship with us. They don't talk much a lot to us. But I'm telling you, you need to develop that relation. Teachers are the best thing you can get in your life. Teachers are the best role models. Teachers are the best parents. They are the best guardians, I can tell you. In my college, I have been developed a relation with few of my teachers, and believe me, whenever I face difficulty in having lunch, I go to them. Whenever I face difficulty in having an issue, I did not pay my last year semester fees. And to my surprise, the college helped me in that, telling no, you can continue your education just because I was doing good. And the college gave me a timeline that due to such and such time frame, you can pay your fees and eventually. So what I'm telling you is, it is not a one-way process that, teacher will come to you. You need to go to the teacher, make him understand, and every teacher understands, everyone. So even if you're facing like you don't have a friend to talk about, you don't have your family members who listen to you, because in my case, at one point of time, I didn't have my family, I didn't have any friends, I didn't have anyone. So it was me and some gurus in my college who gave me the insight of living my life. So teachers are very important, ladies and gentlemen. You should have at least one teacher in your life whom you can go and talk to. Because believe me, they will give you the best advice ever after your mother. So believe me, just believe me. They will give you the best advice ever. They will, because they know how things work. They know how society works. They see us. They see millions of children like us. So they know how, to which extent we can go. They know the possibilities of us, what we don't know. So you should have a teacher with you always, so that you can move ahead in your life. After finding your guru, you should control your emotions. Just because emotion is the most powerful weapon that can bring you down. For example, emotions. Why emotions are important in your life? So there is this brain. Okay, you keep doing your work, and for example, your mother is not feeling good. There's a there's a there's a sudden rush of emotions in your head. I should take care of my mom. I should take her to doctor. The doctor should come visit her. Mom, I'm feeling okay. So it is just an example. For example, there are times in life when people try to come in your life and they try to change your state of mind, right? I'll give you a very small example again for just an insight of this point. See, what we do is, for example, our friend did something bad to us, right? And we will invest our time and energy thinking that why did he do wrong to me, right? What was something wrong that he made? So instead of thinking this point, I'll give you a very short escape to this. If that person was really caring for you, if that person was really your friend, he would have not hurted you. So now, putting your energy back to a person who has hurted you, he's not going to come back. He's not going to help you. He's not going to be there for you. So if you're putting your energy in time and space to that person who has already disturbed you, ladies and gentlemen, you are doing a very big mistake. You should control your emotion. As very I said in the starting of the presentation, choose people who choose you. I'm limited to only 3 people in my life, and I'm very happy with that. I can emotionally connect to those 3 people. I can talk about anything to those 3 people. It is not about having about thousands of people in your life. It is only about having at least one person who can understand you, who can fix your problems. Again, after the teacher, it has to be your friend. Someone has to be there. You need somebody. You actually need somebody to be there, because there are points gonna come. It can be anyone. It can be your dog. It can be your gardener. It can be your guard. It can be anyone in your family around. It can be your teacher. It can be your bus driver. It can be your rickshaw driver. It can be anyone. It can be anyone. Just you need to have your emotion connected to the right person who gives back the emotion what you truly feel for. Just because the thing what goes in heart is something that is it's very very deep inside your body, because people listens to their heart, not the brain, in the time of emotions. So just to make your heart strong, you need to put your bar up. You cannot allow people to play with your emotions just because they want to. So if you inculcate this point, the betterment of emotions, the more and more of emotional ideas getting down, the more and more you grow to the productivity level. Because emotions hampers your productivity. It is the biggest, it is the, by far, I guess, it is the largest and the biggest enemy you can ever face in your life, traveling for the productivity. It comes to emotions. So after you take up, so now what we have learned is, after you take down, you have your purpose in your life. You kept starting your daily challenge. Once your daily challenge is complete, you started working who you are, where you want to be. I am here, right? So after doing that, you stabilize for the guru, you go for his principles, you start working with him, you start working on his ideology. Then once you have your emotions done with you, once you are taking control over your emotions, now is the time when you put your brain and heart into one. Now is the time where you accelerate your idea. Now is the time where you accelerate your force, because when heart and brain work together, because when you start giving time and energy to people who don't care for you, when you stop giving your time and energy to things that are not bringing the best in you, eventually, without unknowingly and innocently, you have become the person you wanted to be in a very lightly way. So now, again, so when you become this kind of person, you cannot afford yourself to work again for 18 hours. During the time you realize that your heart and brain work together, the productivity hour can be 3 hours, 4 hours. So now when your brain and heart work together, it's now to deep inside the knowledge of exploring yourself. Now you understand who you are perfectly. Now you understand where you want to be. Now you have your guru who's there to guide you on your mistakes. Now you have a purpose in your life. Now you're the master of your emotions. So these 5, 6 things, when you're completely done with these 5 things, the combination of heart and brain works together. And believe me, when this combination works, when this thing starts taking the pace, it is the most phenomenal thing you can do. It is the most phenomenal vibe you can feel. And with this energy, believe me, you can win the world. You will feel fearless. You will feel content. You will feel loved. You'll feel like you are someone who can set an example for the people just because your heart and brain work together. It has to be beneficial. So now you need to understand. First, you need to know who you are, right? Who am I? So that you can eliminate the people and the time and space and energy from your life. After doing that, once you know who you are, you need to know the daily challenge, the ever grinding process. You start from day one. You wake up at 5 o'clock, it's all right. You do your meditation, you sleep off. At least you did meditation today. At least you wake up at 5 in the morning in the today. Write it in a diary. And then again, on the second day, wake up, study for 5 minutes. Just study for 5 minutes. Just do it. Don't study for an hour. Study for 5 minutes. It's all right. You studied for 5 minutes, right? Next day, you study for 10 minutes. Next day, you study for 15 minutes. Next day, you study for 20 minutes. Believe me, in 1 week, you'll start studying for 35 minutes, right? And if you start studying for 35 minutes in 1 week, how it's going to be in 4 weeks? It's going to be 2 hours. And it's going to be 2 hours it can be 2 hours in a month. So now it's 2 hours in a month. So with this productivity, you can go to 48 hours in a month. And sorry, it is only 24 hours in a day. So you need to compromise things. You need to make a good time management of your things just because your productivity is getting large and large and large and large. So don't just sit down on your table thinking you're going to study for like 15 hours a day just because you started today. No, start with 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. Next day, start for 10 minutes. Third day, start for 15 minutes. Fourth day, start with 20 minutes. Fifth day, start with 25 minutes. So once you have your purpose, once you know who you are not, once you have your guru, you take control of your emotions. Don't put emotions to the people who do not choose you. Just have one person. Don't rush for feelings. Don't rush for people. Don't rush for emotions. Rush for yourself. Rush for your integrity. Because that's going to help you ahead. When you're going to fall down, no one's going to pick you up. It's only going to be you and your talent. For example, when you took birth, you didn't know you're gonna run like you can. Like if you want to run fast, you can run fast. If you want to walk slow, you can walk slow. If you are running at a very high speed and if you want to stop at that particular point of time, you will stop, right? So just to master this thing, I guess you took 10 years of time, right? And you might have fallen 1,000 times, I guess. So just because you have fallen 1,000 times and you have taken 10 years of time in just for running and walking, it takes time, ladies and gentlemen. It takes time. It takes trust and patience. You need to trust yourself. The main agenda is trusting yourself. There's gonna time when nobody believes in you, right? Someone wants to exploit you. Someone wants to break you. For example, you go for a meeting and nobody turns off. The street lights are all closed down. Nobody believes in you. But you need to see your goal with same energy and same vibe again and again, waking up every day. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, it's not over until you win. It's not at all over until you win. You're going to make sacrifices, you're going to make things, but you need to have patience and you need to have trust in yourself because it's going to take time. I'll give you one small example about myself. I was supposed to meet Bill Clinton on 24th of March. So what happened? Since as I've already told, managing funds has been a real big issue for me. So I have put 60,000 rupees for the 50,000 rupees for the conference, and I need to also pay my hostel fees, right? And I need, I had one thing: either I put my money for the conference, either I pay my fees. So I thought I go for a conference, I'll get exposure, I'll earn money from there, and yeah, I can come down with some money, and I'll pay my fees and all. I thought of this, but coronavirus came, and believe me, I didn't have any money to eat now. There was a time back, I'll tell you, it has been only 5 days. I paid my hostel fees. And there was this time my hostel told me not to give food just because I didn't pay the money. Though they have the fees of 300 people, right? But they were not willing to do that. I don't know why. So now I realize, why is this happening to me? Why am I doing so great? I'm not doing great, but I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. when I'm doing such good things for people, when I'm believing in myself, I'm not hurting anyone. Why is this happening to me? Why God is doing this to me? But believe me, He showed me the path. He got me the time. He got me the money. So everything takes time and patience and energy. So after you know who you are, after you realizing your path, where you want to be. I want to be an IAS officer. But I want to be, yes, I want to be an IAS officer. I want to help people around, just not because of the power. I want to bring change in the education and in the hygiene sector. I want to be a politician one day. I want to bring change in the system so that people like me and people who are struggling in their life just because of some issues. And there are people who, for the example, primary education in any of the government schools are not good. So the trust and patience has to be very fine within you. That's going to take you places where nothing could. And last but not the least, it is the mental stability that matters a lot. So after you have done things, so after you have your patience, that's what I said, mental stability, right? So there was this time when I told you I didn't have money to pay for my hostel fees. And that particular time, if I would have lost my mental stability, my whatever things I've been doing, that would have been suffered a lot. Because as a human, as a person, I want to help people. So my productivity hours, I have told you, it's like 16 hours. And it has happened just because of that. The mental stability has to be very constant. It cannot get disturbed just because of things. Everything has a solution. Everything has an answer. So it cannot go that way. It cannot happen this way. So everything has an answer. So your mental balance has to be very nice. Your mental connection has to be very nice. You cannot get fed up by things very easily. You cannot just, you just cannot do things what you wish to do just because you want to do. You have to find a purpose. You need to be there for your purpose. You need to be there for everything. So the point is, the mental stability is the most vital point in your life. It is the most fundamental thing you can do in your life. So mental stability has to be there in your body. Whatever comes up, whatever situation comes up, you're not going to lose your mental peace. You're not going to lose your mental balance. It has to be there. No, I'm going to go through it. I'm going to do it. Because to be the greatest is take courage. It takes a lot of energy because greatness has a cost. For example, my very own mentor is Kobe Bryant. He's one of the greatest basketball players you might have ever witnessed. So I'll give just an example about his mental stability. So there was this game 7 happening and he has his Achilles heel and his leg. So now he goes inside the dressing room, right? And his daughters comes to see him, his wife comes to see him. Now he has this mentality in his mind. I have to set an example for my daughters. What if it was the last day? Would I have been crying here, running over my Achilles heel? No, I would have went inside the court and I would have started running. He did that. He scored beautiful points and he made his team win the NBA championship trophy. Another legend, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. At the age of 33, he's retired. He's a retired player and he got signed up for Manchester United. And there are legends like the founder of KFC. At the age of 62, he got of the idea of KFC. And now I guess KFC is something what is there on every chicken lover's lips, right? So that is something he brought a change. People like Bill Gates, he has got billions of money. 80% of the money he's using for the people. So what is that? That is giving them a mental stability. That is realize them that they are there for the greater cause. And once you realize this, your mental stability and mental balance, things are very beautiful. So these are the main important things in your life, right? So after getting your mental stability, there is no barrier in your life. Once you are mental stable, once you have taken control of your emotions, once you know where you want to go, life will start taking turn. Life will start producing things in a very good way. So this was all from my side. And after this, I'm going to show you 3 photographs of my time. It was back when I started college, when I got dropped out of college and nobody believed in me. I just captured it, right? I just captured it and I thought someday when I would have platform to speak up, someday when I have the thing to sell of people, because I started to bring change in myself. So this photograph is from that part of time when I have clicked myself and I was been crying. Nobody believed in me, apart from my mother, apart from one of my friends. I was very devastated. No financial support, no emotional support, no parental support, everything on myself. everything started taking a bad phase. And ladies and gentlemen, like people used to say that I was a druggist. People used to say I had a mental problem. I have a mental asylum thing. So from there itself, right, I went here, right. So it was all because of five, six things. It was all because of things what I started taking myself. I started digging my purpose. Once I had my purpose, who I was, once I started taking daily challenges, once I realized where I should be, once I found my guru in my life, I started taking control of my emotions. And then finally having the mental stability, you can see this guy crying on the last image. And now you can see this guy living his life, living his love, living what he wants to do. So this is what a change can bring in yourself. So productivity starts from the change and the day one. It has to start from one thing. So as you can see, my college has also published a blog on me. You can, it's also something which I want people to read about, because it's something, the pursuit I have been through my life, and I'm very thankful for my college here too again. And after this, I've been also working with NGOs. I've been helping people, as you can see. There are girls on the right hand corner of the screen. Like they are, those are my sisters. I have adopted them. So after doing something in my life, I will be something, I may do something for them. And in the coronavirus time also, I've been working as a president for ICFDR. I have fed 800 families in this coronavirus time. And I believe if someone wants to contribute more and more, they can come on my Instagram page, that is Rahul_Messi. And they can just, if you want to donate any amount, anything for the people, they can just contact me up right now, or anytime which you want to. Just if you want, just remember 10 rupees also makes a very big difference. And I started my NGO with only 10 rupees, like working for, like contributing for the NGO with 10 rupees. Now I'm doing for the greater cause. So all it believes is, like, if you start believing in yourself, if you start happening yourself, you start trusting yourself, you can win the world. The world is yours, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you believe is yours. And just believe in someone, that someone is there guiding you. Just believe for a greater cause, and world is yours. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for bearing your time, energy, and space for everything. I would like to take up some questions from chat box, and I would like to indulge in any of the questions regarded. If you're free to ask any questions, any problem, anything what you wish to, and I would love to answer them as much as I am able to. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahul. Not just my dear friend, you're also an inspiration for so many people today. I'm sure you're getting a lot of Instagram followers today now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll start with the questions. I The first question says, when you started with all this thing, it would have been very difficult for you to focus and get distracted. There are so many distractions around. So it would be very difficult for you to keep yourself away from those things, from those kind of activities, and focus. So how did you do that?
Yeah. So, this has been a very common question I have been asked by people. So what is the way you distract yourself from? See, it's very easy, right? You will find you can go to any of the motivation talks. You can go to any of the as I told, I've just got one story which inspires me, that is of Kobe Bryant, right? So he just made there is just one story. He's there for the game 7. He knows if he doesn't play, he's gonna lose. His team gonna lose, right? He's not gonna win the championship trophy. He's gonna cry back his home. So so it's all about your purpose, right? I know, see, I've got nothing to lose, right? If I don't study, if I don't put in my effort, if I don't do the things I've been doing, what I said, I am here because I'm not there. So I'm just here because I've been not doing things what I've been doing lately in the past. You need to change everything. You need to come out with everything what you have been doing. So it's only about the purpose, where you want to drive a Maruti Suzuki, or you want to buy, or you want to drive a Audi. So it's all about your mindset. It's not only about the car. It can be about anything. It can be about, purpose has to be very fine. Bringing things for your parents. It can be, for my purposes, I want to change the education system and hygiene of the country. So my purpose is bigger. If I don't put in so much of effort, if I know I'm going to fail, I'm going to fall. So the purpose of your life has to be willingly enough that you are willing to sacrifice everything that may come so. And it's very hard. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. So just for that point of time, your purpose has to be very good. Your purpose has to be smart enough so that, yes, you, and just follow your instincts. Just follow your instincts. Don't follow anyone. Just follow your instinct. Be what you are, and one day start changing with your identity. Start changing with your time and energy. Start changing with everything. So that one day, as I told, start with 5 minutes every day. Don't think you're gonna study 15 hours today. Start with 5 minutes. Next day, study for 10 minutes. After then, study for 15 minutes. In 1 month, you're gonna land up to 2 hours, right? So next another 2 months, you're gonna land 4 hours. Next 3 months, you're gonna land at 6 hours. So once you are constrained with 6 hours, study again 3 months for 6 hours. So your mental stability becomes for 6 hours, then again start for 6.5 hours. So it's a gradual process, it's a gradual technique. So don't just force yourself right now just because you want to. It starts with a small thing. Just because you wanted to bring a change takes time. Trust yourself, have patience in yourself. You're gonna land up somewhere. Just trust your timing and patience. Time will come for you. Time will come. Believe me, I was at one point of time where I thought I should end my life. I have committed suicide too. But after that, on 5th July 2017, I did that. But yeah, after that very day, I was not dead, right? So you don't have to be, life is not problematic for you at that particular point of time. It is safe for you. You have your family, you have your friends, you have your colleagues, utilize them. You have such faculties who are organizing webinars for you. I didn't have this opportunity of people of having this webinar for myself, right? If I would have got some idea. I would have got some live interaction from some person who would help me. But college is helping you. And one more thing, you guys have so beautiful campus around you. Nature is the best thing what you can live up to. For example, I stay in Dehradun, I stay in the jungle area. Right now, I'm using my laptop in my room. Otherwise, I would have showed the jungle around, right? So I live in an environment, in a very nature place where the pollution index is 2%. And believe me, nature plays a very important role. And your campus has such a vivid beauty of nature. So you should utilize it. You should be in your campus. Your campus has got something what other campus doesn't have. Your pollution, you're living in a place, you're spending your time with beautiful professors and so great teachers who are I'm very much obliged to be here again and very much thankful to these teachers because they have taken a very great initiative, which is very important in people who are struggling in their life. Because if I would have got this session in my back time, I would have surely asked many questions like this, and it would have not taken me much time. It would have not taken me 2 years to come here. It would have taken me at least 1 year. So be thankful for your teachers, and please contact your teachers because they will give you the best advice. Surely.
Thank you, Rahul. Now I have a question. What are the parameters on which we can decide our guru? As you have told that guru is very much important in the life.
Yes. So you know what? When you are finding your guru, right? So I'll tell you about myself. It's not necessary that you need to work. The God has to be your guru. It is not necessary like that. See, when you start, as I told you, who you want to be, right? So you must have certain characteristics inside yourself. Like, I want to be like this. I want to be like that, right? For example, I want to be the prime minister of the country. As I told, I want to be the politician. So I want to become a minister of the state for this country, be it anything, just because I want. So in finding that purpose, I thought, who can be a person who can enlighten the way that I want to? So it was Swami Vivekananda, right? So he was a philanthropist. He was from a very great family. Though in spite of doing that, he came out of that. He started developing it for the people. He started as a Hindu nationalist. He went to America, gave a speech where people listened to him for 12 hours, right? So he was starting bringing a change. So he started for a change, right? So finding your guru has to be someone what you look forward into life for. For example, if you worship Shiva, as I told, you have to be fearless. If you are fearless like Shiva, you can actually win the world. So your guru has to be someone what you look forward to into your life, because you will get your ideology, you will get the path, just because you will get an insight of how to be that person, because that principle, that role model, that things are gonna help you eventually, somewhat, somewhere. So whenever you're finding your guru, find the person who you want to be ahead in your life. To possess his all qualities. Guru means you need to possess his all qualities. It's not only about worshipping him. It's not only about taking his name. It is about following whatever he has. So whenever you're finding your gurus, find for your principles in it. So if your principles are there, it will help you a lot. So principle makes your guru. So your principle will define your guru. So that's what I look forward to. because my principle is about changing, bringing a change in the society, just like Swami Vivekananda did. So my principles and my guru is very, I just go with the same principle what he goes forward into. And it was easy. It was not easy to find a guru for me too. It took me a lot of time. But yeah, once I found him, I believe that I possess all the quality what he has. Yes.
The next question is, you
Uh,
I'll
Pardon?
take, I'll take one question. So, Rahul, can you tell what was the turning point in your life?
Yes. I'll tell you what was a turning point in my life. So I'll tell you my first college. When I started my college, freshers happens in every college, right? So in freshers, what that people do? They play guitar, they sing a song, they'll perform a mono act, they'll perform something. They will do, right? Cultural part. But I wanted to write my life again. This is my second time, and I didn't wanted to waste one opportunity that comes in front of my life. So there was this freshers, and I, being a orator, I signed up for that. Okay. And believe me, I gave a speech of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Give me blood and give me blood and I'll give you freedom. And I was awarded with Mr. Spark 2018. And all the guitarists and all the people, those who were dancing, those who were entertaining people. You know why I was awarded? Because I was able to bind 1,000 people sitting over there in my speech. They were so positive because when I completed my speech, I gave the word, give me blood and I will give you freedom. And believe me, everyone standing in that auditorium rose up from their seats. So it is not, so that particular point of time, I believe that if you put in your hard work, if you believe in yourself, it can be any stage, you can be the master of anyone. You just need to believe in yourself and you need to keep your trust and patience in yourself and just keep on doing what you want to do. You don't need to look who is your opponent, who is the person. No, 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 no. Just believe in yourself. And that particular point I realized, यार मैं तो कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ.
Yes,
Thank you. We have the question related to first question only. So as the guru is important in the life, the same way as you have told that principle is very much important in the life. So accordingly, how to select a role model in the life, and accordingly we should try to be like that.
Yeah. So, for example, I'll tell you thing about. I can show my diary. So it is my, as usual, role model. It is Steve Jobs. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Right. So Steve Jobs is one of my role models in life. I'll tell you one of his great example. When he dropped out of his college, he used to attend the calligraphy class. Right. And if he would have not been to that calligraphy class, the textures, the what we see on our iPhones and Apple gadgets would have not been there. So just because he went for that calligraphy class, so you cannot just see. I'll give another example. For like when I started doing my things in college, I didn't know I was going to get scholarship for the Ivy League colleges of the world. For example, I have applied for Harvard Kennedy. I have applied for Oxford University. I have applied for London Business School. So I didn't. So I now fit into some of the criteria of getting scholarship over there. So I just believe in his ideology. Like keep on doing your work, and dots will connect automatically. Dots will connect on their own path. If you just think I'm doing this, no, it's not help me. There were multiple people who challenged me when I started doing Model United Nations, right? But I believed in Steve Jobs like, now you just keep on doing what you want to. So when you're selecting your role model, when you're selecting your person where you want to be, again, it's just, see, guru and role model are two different things, right? Guru is something you possess, like you look forward to, right? Guru is someone when you're disturbed in your life, when you're putting your head down, you can think about your guru at that particular point of time, right? But when the role model things come, it is the daily thing, because you want to be that like person. You cannot be a guru, but you can be a role model, because you have taken himself as a guru, so you cannot reach him. You are under him. So you should understand what you can be and you cannot be. So you cannot be a guru because you have already given yourself to him. What you can be, you can surpass your role model, or you can be just like your role model. So when you're selecting your role model, think for person who inspires you. Think for person, for example, I told Steve Jobs, right? His ideology is there in my book. but I'm going to publish my book, Pursuit of Happiness. So in that book, the quote is there: stay hungry and stay foolish. भूखे रहो और दिमाग से बस सोचो कि तुम कुछ नहीं। भूखे किस चीज के लिए रहो? ये नहीं खाना नहीं खाओ, नहीं, खाना खाओ, भूखे चीजों के लिए रहो. Just stay hungry for the things, right? Stay hungry, keep on driving your force, right? You will eventually turn out somewhere. And be foolish from your mind. Let people think you are the foolish person there. Let people think, let people judge you. Let people do whatever you want to do. I am telling you, and when I started college, I had this long hairs and I don't trim my face and I don't look good. No, I just carry myself the way I want to. People used to say, "Abhi, na ganda dikhta hai, ye, wo, aisa hai." But right now, those people come to me, talk to me. So nothing matters. Nothing. All it matters is whom you follow, where you want to do. So whenever you're selecting your role model, select how you want to take your life. Because you can take examples from them, from their situation. What if Steve Jobs would have done this? अगर ये उस situation में पड़ता तो, what if he would have done? So when you're selecting your role model, select whom, what you can do. Because if you want to be like, see, everyone cannot be Steve Jobs. I cannot be also Steve Jobs, right? Everyone cannot be a greatest man who ever lived. So comparing yourself from Steve Jobs is also very wrong. So don't compare yourself from role model. वो तो इतना ज़्यादा काम करता है, वो करते थे. He used to spend 16 hours a day, 20 hours a day. I'm not spending 2 hours a day. He's not my role model. No. Your purpose is small, my dears. His purpose was great. So if so select your role model according to your purpose. You will give justice to it. Don't select role model just because that person is doing good in their life. No. Select the person whose purpose you can fill up with. Because, if you follow Steve Jobs, if you follow Mark Zuckerberg, if you follow these Kobe Bryant, people like them, you will eventually, feel paralyzed. Like you are not up to them. You're not up to them. Like you're not up to that mark. So select your role model according to your purpose. That's what my point is.
Thank you.
Bhumi ma'am.
Does relationship creates turbulence in the career?
Sorry?
Does relationships create turbulence in the career?
No. I see. No, not at all. Not at all. I'll tell you one thing. Relationship is the most beautiful part you can ever experience, right? For me, because I have never experienced emotional thing, because अब 3 साल हो गए, घर से भी इतना support नहीं है, और तो it's have been on myself. So if I would have gone into relationship, I would have thought for a person who would have cared for me at that particular point of time. Because having a girl by your side is important, because behind every successful man there's a woman. It's been said from the very back time. So relationship cannot be a problem. The understanding has to be great. Just example, there are 2 things right now. See, we demand time. I have seen a lot of things, and I have told one of my friends too, like, you guys fight a lot, like, you don't give me time, you don't give me this, you don't talk to me. I told you, brother, what does your girlfriend want? Does she wants to ride in a big car, or does she wants to have a walk here? So it's about understanding each other. If I'm putting my time and energy right now and doing something good, that girl is going to share the same stage with me at that particular point of time. But right now, if I invest my time and energy into that girl, eventually we both are not going anywhere. Okay, we are stuck in the same situation. So understand each other, respect each other, and just help each other. It's not only about talking on phone, sharing your pictures, putting it over Instagram, or make it's about understanding each other. So relationship is a very good thing. For example, I guess I'm in a relationship with my mother, and I have in that kind of relationship, I tell her everything what a boy tells to her girlfriend. Mummy, aaj aisa hua, waisa hua. I can talk to my mother for 4 hours a day. It's like that. Yeah. So you need to have the person, find that person who looks into you, who understands you, not just because of external beauty and appearance and everything. No, you're gonna fall, you're gonna make mistakes, but please, if it's about relationship and you're thinking in productivity, it's a dangerous thing, I'm telling you. But go for the person who actually understands you. But if you're going for the wrong person, ladies and gentlemen, you will fall at a very great rate. It is something, because I, student of psychology, can tell it takes 6 months to come out of any emotional barrier thing. So I cannot afford 6 months of mental embarrassment. Sorry. And I don't want any of you to do that. So whenever you choose for a boy or a girl, make sure that he understands you first. then go for it. Otherwise, don't go for it.
Thank you. The next question we have, like nowadays, students are addicted to social media and entertainment apps. So, do you feel that this makes distraction, and how they should come out of it? Even though people are committing suicide as they are not getting likes on social media. So, what
See,
you will suggest?
it is not only our mistake. It is our parents' mistake too. Just because I've seen in majority of societies, if a child is crying, the mother will give phone to her. He will be satisfied with that. The child won't be crying now. Mother is also satisfied because her child is not crying, and the child is also satisfied because he has a phone. So now next time, when that child again demands, again he is having some issues, right? Then again he will go for phone, unless and until he settles for the phone. So it's what we are seeing everywhere, right? So the phone thing is that the eventually social sites and all is a very much distraction. It's a very great distraction, and I don't have any social app on my phone. Is not none means none. It's just WhatsApp on my phone. Apart from WhatsApp, I don't have anything on my phone. Yes, I do use Instagram just because I need to stay connected with people all around the world. It is not possible for me to be there on WhatsApp connected to everyone. So I use, so you know how to use things. On Instagram, you can find my people who I cannot have on my WhatsApp. On my WhatsApp, you can have people who I don't have on my Instagram. And there are some mutual people too whom I have connected in both the ways. So you need to know the utility of the app. You can actually use it in a very good way. So everything, just like if you drink a lot of water, you're gonna die with water too. So excess of anything is bad. When you are knowing that mobile phone is a distraction, when you're knowing social media is a distraction, why you are going for it? That's my first point. When you already know the thing, if you're using your mobile phone, so coming out of it is just because you need to have the purpose. See, in life, what I told in the very first thing, who am I, right? Before starting any of my context, any of my ideology, any of my thoughts, I told who you are. And once you know who you are, you find your purpose. And according to that purpose, it sums up. If you want to drive a Maruti Suzuki, you don't need to uninstall Instagram, genuinely. But if you want to ride a Rolls Royce, might be you need to. Because you need to put a lot of effort again back. You might or might not. If you are smart enough, you can manage your things. If you're not smart enough, you have to buy. You cannot afford, I'm telling you. You need to put a lot of time. So it's all about your purpose, your goal, and how you are dedicating your time and energy, right? So eventually what you can do is, so if you're using it, you can use it in a very good way also. There are a few of my friends are there. They're starting earning money from Instagram. They started, I know some of my friends who put dance videos, put Zumba videos, they're doing this all things. They have made it a career on Instagram. So now it depends on you. There are people who are making careers over their platform also. Just we got to know about, there's a YouTuber called Kariminati, right? He just outbroke everyone's record last date. He got 2 million. I don't know the exact number, but he got a very much amount of subscribers in a day. So it can be beneficial in both the ways where you want to take it to, right? So it's just about finding your purpose. Yes, it is a very great distraction, be it social media, be it any of the applications, what you use, but you can come out of it. It's very easy. You just need to tell your mind, no, your purpose is good, great enough. And you need to be harsh on yourself, because who doesn't want to be on Instagram? Who doesn't want to use it? Who doesn't want to play a PUBG? Everyone wants to do that, right? But if you're doing it today, ladies and gentlemen, next 40 years of your life, you need to sacrifice. So if you sacrifice 4 years of time now, you're going to sign on checks for next 40 years. But if you're not going to put effort now, you're going to keep on writing books and books and books and record for the people. So now decision is yours. Where you want to play PUBG right now, or you want to play PUBG in the real life, right? You want to be a star now on Instagram, or you want to be a real star who is supporting his family, his parents, his neighbors, some needy people. So, you will be a real star, not on Instagram, people liking you. So be a real star, be a real sport. Don't be a virtualistic guy. That's my
Okay, thank you. We have one more question. There is a saying in English, life is a river. It has many turns. So enjoy every turns, because these turns will never return. So like that, all the youngsters want to celebrate all the moments of life. Because of that, they may be distracted from the studies or other careers. So what do you suggest to them?
About celebrating. Sir, can I just get the question again, sir?
Like life is like river, it has many turns. So enjoy every turns because these turns will never returns. That's why every youngster want to celebrate their small moments of life. Because of that, they will be distracted from their studies and career. So what do you suggest to them?
I'll tell you one thing about celebration. See, it's a very must thing one should do, because if you're not celebrating your success, if you're not celebrating, the power and the energy doesn't come. It lifts you up. It is not only so enjoy every turn. Yes, it's important to enjoy every turn of your life, but it is not accurate to be just there. If you're enjoying that turn, you're in that turn only. You get confused with that turn. You're in that vibe only. Enjoy that thing. Keep that thing in your life. Yes, you should enjoy. I also enjoy my victories. I also enjoy my time. So what happened? I'll tell you how I enjoy my time. So there was this Diwali. I have got 5,000 rupees from my family. So I had got two choices. Either I can go and buy clothes for myself. But what I did, one of my friend is there. I am Paritosh, like he's Paritosh Anand. He's a very great film. He's a YouTuber too, right? So I met him and he told I'm recording a vlog. So I'm like, brother, how can I help you? We went to the girls' orphanage and we distributed fruity, books, pens. So it's about how you are celebrating. It is not only about celebrating. You need to go to the pubs and enjoy drink, consuming anything bad, something bad and something. So it's not only about celebrating in that way. It's how you are celebrating, right? So the celebration has to be accurate enough. Yes, enjoy every turn of your life, enjoy every moment of your life, because life is not going to come back. Don't regret any of your decisions. You should not, because you only took it once thinking it was nice. So if you regret on your decisions, it will bring you down. So don't regret on your decisions. You have made a mistake, no problem. See, after this, so what you can do is, after this session gets over, there are two choices. Either you're going to be the same person. Second, you can start doing 5 minutes daily tally every day. And after 1 month, you can see a change in yourself. Just after this session gets over, you can sit for 5 minutes. You can study for 5 minutes. And then again tomorrow, sit. Again, we have webinar for 5 days, right? So in this webinar series, what you can do is after every webinar ends up, you study for another 5 minutes. So eventually it will sum up. So enjoy every turn of your life. Be confident for your life. Just don't get stuck in those times. Time is there. Enjoy, have patience, have time, but don't get stuck. It's very important. It's very much important to not to get stuck at one point of time. You need to keep on moving. Like we have always know, keep on moving, keep on moving, keep moving on. So keep moving on with same energy and time. But one thing, enjoy every part. I was very happy with this. Like life is all about enjoying every turn. It is a very great message. You should enjoy every turn and always remember failures are the pillar of success. In those, even if you get distracted, next time when you reach to that position, when you are celebrating your time again, you should know why you got distracted and you should not do that thing again. Even you got distracted once, the second time you are celebrating, you know why you got distracted, right? So don't do these things. And be harsh to yourself. You are no one. And I'll suggest everyone a one good thing. Buy a world map, okay? Put it on your room and just take a pen, point your place wherever you are living, just put one dot. That dot will be your city. And in that city, you might be one out of 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh people, right? So you are no one. So your ego will come down. This I'm telling you, your ego, because the most problematic questions what every generation, what every people have right now, they think that they are the real boss, right? So just put one world map in your room, put a dot, and just it will help you to minimize your ego. Just do this. It will help you a lot.
Okay, thank you. Bhumi ma'am will ask the questions. Bhumi ma'am.
Till Bhumi ma'am is asking, Rahul, which all countries you have traveled?
I have completed 12 countries. I was supposed to travel 5 countries again back right now, and on my own, like I've traveled some before, but on my own I've traveled 12, and I was supposed to travel again 5 this year, and again I don't know. I just want to enjoy my life. It's my dream to travel the world, make world a better place to live, adapt. The reason why I go outside is I go outside, learn their culture, genetics, and everything, whatever the thing is there in them, and bring back to my country and implement back in my country. So this is my ideology of visiting places, and God is helping me on this.
Very nice. Bhumi madam.
Yeah, Rahul. So there is a person who says he was following his guru, and then the solution did not turn out to be better. So what he should do? Still continue to follow the guru, because everybody is a human. Maybe the guru has made a human error. So what he should do? Follow the person, follow the same suggestion, or change the guru.
No. You cannot change your guru. You cannot change your guru. Just because things are not working out at your pace and at your energy, it doesn't mean he is not helping you. You need to find more and more in yourself. You might. It is not. See, once you have once what I told, finding guru is another great thing, whom you look forward to, right? And so for me, one of my teachers back in college, her name is Rashmi Lal ma'am. I know she might also be doing many much of mistakes in her life, but I look forward her when I have some difficulty in her life. And she might be wrong, right? She might be wrong at some particular point of time, but she is also human. So it does not mean you can change your guru, right? Guru is someone you look forward to. So he cannot be wrong. You have to believe in his power, in his energy, in his vibe, in his aura, and you need to be constrained. You need to believe in him, and one day it will eventually come out. Because the persons who we see guru, they're not normal people. They're actually not normal people, right? They might have done something in their life. That is why we have turned out to be guru. So everyone has negative points. Everyone has positive points. It is on us how to take the negative point. I'll give you one small example why my warden likes me. So there's a geyser in my room. Okay, everyone has, right, in the hostel. So my geyser, now there's a hot evaporation coming out of my geyser every time I switch it on. Okay, so now he's like, Rahul, we need to change the geyser. I'm like, no sir, no. I'm having sauna over here. No problem. So he's like, how positive you are. If any might student will be here, he will like, bhaiya change karo, geyser naya karo. I'm like, no, I'm getting hot spa over here. No need to change. So positivity comes from inside. Either I would have shouted at him, like I would have told, kya bhaiya koi management nahi hai, what is this, what is that? But I told him, no, chill. I'm getting hot spa over here. Why you do take tension? Be it like this only. So coin has two sides. Either you take positive of it, either you take negative of it. So now it's on you. If you're a positive person, you will go for positive person. If you're a negative person, you will go for negative person. So don't be a negative person, be a positive person. And everyone can make mistakes. A life mein as I told, I was supposed to meet Bill Clinton. I have put all my monies into that. Now I am at a position where I don't have money for myself, right? I cannot eat, I cannot pay my hostel fees, I cannot pay my college fees. अब क्या करें? स्वामी विवेकानंद को मानना तो नहीं छोड़ सकते ना, शिवा को मानना नहीं छोड़ सकते, गणपति बप्पा को मानना नहीं छोड़ सकते, वो अभी भी पीछे हैं तो नहीं छोड़ सकते ना. तो क्या, तो इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी ना. तो again after some point of time he only held up, right? He got my I don't know, my goodwill is good in college. People help me, I ask them for help, so eventually those people are like God to me, right? So they held up. So eventually you just cannot blame your guru just because your things are not going good in life, right? Have trust and patience in him, he'll help up.
That's true. Rahul, currently.
Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you, sir.
And how is your life at hostel currently?
Sir, life is hostel is very challenging. It's very challenging. I have to take care of my own food and wash my own clothes, and then everything is on me. Like there is no staff in the hostel, so we even pocha and everything, mopping, everything we do it on our own. We broom the entire room on our own. And I live in a jungle, so the connectivity from the city has been not great. I have not seen anyone for past 2 months. I have not seen anyone. So I'm living like a ghost. But what I have done in this hostel time, in quarantine time, I've learned how to play guitar. I was not a music student. I started learning guitar because, you know, in the time of exploration, why not should I learn guitar? Time hai, so I will do it. So, you know, I'm just utilizing my time and energy into things what I have not been doing lately. So now I'm doing it, the things what I have not been doing. And hostel is great, sir. It's very fantastic, sir.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Rahul Sharma ji, for coming here and conducting webinar on double your productivity. Everyone has enjoyed it, and definitely it will help the student to make their productivity double, and definitely they will learn many things from your session. So from Armiet family, I'm very much thankful to you. Thank you all the participants for attending this webinar. Thank you very much.
Ram, thank you for the Armiet College and Bhumi and everyone, Ram sir, Hemant, you, every one of you, sir, for giving this opportunity to and come speak up. If I got any opportunity to come to your college and speak to people in personal, I would love to do that also. I can come anytime to talk to people, to talk to students. If you need me anytime, sir, please feel free. And any of the students over here wants to contact me or who wants to know me, I'm there on Instagram, Rahul_Messi. They can come, they can ask me any questions wherever you want to, whatever doubts you have. I feel free to ask any kind of questions. I will answer up. And I hope you took out something from here. And I hope I might have inspired you up to some extent level and you do something in your life, because for me, serving the humanity is everything. I want to help the people, and if I would have done that, I would have done my job. And thank you so much, everyone, for attending and giving your time, energy, space. It was a wonderful
Thank you,
experience.
Rahul. First of all, for inspiring all the audiences here. You staying at hostel, studying, and you're working also, and you've traveled across the world. I mean, such a young age, you're really dynamic, and all the pains you have gone through, you have made positive learnings from that, and great future ahead. And what the purpose you're working on it, we all hope that God support you in all your future endeavors. So once again, from entire Armiet College of Engineering and Technology, the team, the staff member, the professors, the chairman, trustee, from the entire team, we thank you once again for sparing your time and sharing your valuable insights here. And it's truly a great learning from you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Friends, hope everyone enjoyed. I can see a lot of comments on YouTube chat box. So friends, be ready tomorrow. We have friend coming from Sri Lanka, Mr. Madhusen Paramanathan, and he is going to talk about how to become a problem solver. Till then, everyone, goodbye. Thank you. And please follow our social media handlers on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you.